The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
To throw, Kaepernick, and that's complete to Gates. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The way in, touchdown, New York. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set, ready? Recon, 132 fighter, 90 Wolf.
On first down, McClellan. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Out of the gun now on third down. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the left side. McClellan. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
Brings up second and 17 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. Protein spill. 18 Gator. They go.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Looking to throw. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he's got this down to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Kaepernick now to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Finding room to the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Ready. Mike, to Pittsburgh. Watch twist. Tight. You go tight. You got tight.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's got some space here. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Of course, he's fresh off the Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. And what a game it was last week. And a long touchdown run right there.
He and his offensive line, the receivers blocking downfield, they're all in sync right now. Could carry him to a 2nd straight Player of the Week award.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll look to throw here. He's got Herndon, his tight end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's going to launch this thing way down. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Quentin Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Let's go, baby. Return over. Smooth. Let's get that ball. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Leo. Get in the weight room. Steve Griffin.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, this from 37. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Watch twist. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
57's the Mike. 57.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Check three.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Running right, here's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitask.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
Watch that in.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times at the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time.
It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there, with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that will get them one closer.
Jets 23, Raiders 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Sanders. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On second down, it's Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Mike, check, 59. It's our time.
Kaepernick now on first down. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Now a give, right side. McClellan, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here. Anything to seize that momentum back.
Mike's 57, 57, 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. 49, check 49. Sweat.
Another run here with Sanders. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Kaepernick going to throw. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And Sanders now to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
36-yard line.
Hey, 50's a must. Hey, Alpha, Mike's 50.
Here's 2nd and 8. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer.
Jets 26, Raiders 21.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Another run with Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He's got Evans. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I know you felt
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. On the counter, here's Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Kaepernick. Flushed out right. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just thinking what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
64, weak. Under 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey, box truck. Minus 50. Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. They're going to try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A give to Kamara running right. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. His 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
They'll drop the throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
18 Gator. Hey, high 7. Rock it.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
They'll set up a throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the whip.
Now a give, right side. It's Sanders.
I got you, boy.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
On the double.
Kaepernick looking to throw. And it's caught. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now a toss coming right side. Sanders. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Get ready.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar
I was
situation.
going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Yep. Ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to look. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for the Jets, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got